I can, however, say that no matter what, with music production and all this DJing stuff, I'm understanding that also Jesus Christ is always with you. Just understand that. And with music production and DJing, that I'm only ever DJing my music, and I'm learning to DJ my music. And as I DJ my music, I do everything in terms of mixing prior to actually DJing it. And I'm DJing long music anyway. I'm DJing my music, so my DJing is just being able to DJ equipment in terms of being able to turn down the volume and filter down and filter up and take off the bass and take off the mids or highs and stuff like that, and cue something together. And what else is there? I'll shoot some phaser and flangers and some nice and beautiful beat cruncher and stuff like that. I'm saying my DJing equipment and my DJ setup is different to what they're actually spinning off in life. And it's like a skip over, but it's all different. And I'm learning very quickly about how I have to propel forward very quickly. And I'm learning differences. I'm learning to understand straight away how to love my life. But they can see that I hit a woman. Now I was recently hospitalized. I'm understanding that. So what I want to do is let it be that way. And I'm learning how to just enjoy myself, and I'm learning to help myself to succeed differently, and I'm learning the nice and beautiful art of phase straight away. I realize if Jesus Christ was here, I probably Jesus Christ is always here, but I feel Jesus Christ goes and fixes his portrait straight away, or does he fix the painting of his portrait right away? Or Jesus Christ says right away is the best way. Or right away is the best way. See, Jesus Christ does it right away. And what I do is I just have to open the actual account over here. I'm asking Jesus Christ, what are they talking about now with me? And I'm learning over here how I need to help myself to grow myself. I realize Jesus Christ is saying that he's gone. It's much more how they talk about you for a bit. And once they talk about you for a bit, then they move on. So it's much more how I feel. It's much more how I need to go and grow myself and fix the portrait. So that'll be that way. But that's what I mean. I always have to do it a little bit that way. But somehow I have to fix the portrait. So what I can do is somehow be able to glue it on together. I may have some glue tack somewhere over here. I do have some glue tack. Right here. And now, there we go. I'm doing much greater. And now the blue tack is staying different. And that way, I'm learning very quickly about love. I'm learning about helping myself to grow myself differently. I'm learning different happenings of persuasion with my life. I'm learning something different along the way. But I'm helping myself to learn that police straight away want to get you into your business if you call them now. A little bit that way because they can never stop me doing what I love to do. So I'm loving my life anyway. And what I'm doing is I'm learning how to love my life differently, and it's more how it is. And you guys have to love your life differently and learn to penetrate life much more in different ways. And that way you're learning to lift yourself together, and you're learning something along the way to being a person of high interest, and you have to help yourself to get there. So that's how I feel. Ask Jesus Christ, what are they doing for me now in terms of my personal data now? I see Jesus Christ says they're looking, but they're going to let you go. I've done the fixing of Jesus Christ's motion over here with some blue tack, and now that photo is never falling down. I mean, the photo is never going to fall on me anymore. So let it be that way. See, anyway, so what I'm doing now is I'm learning to focus on helping myself to grow myself differently. And as I focus on helping myself to do something greater, I'm understanding Jesus Christ saying that it's just the way it is, yeah? And I just did fix the photo, and everything's nice and clear now. And I'm focusing on helping myself to understand something, that anytime you have God in mind, guys, and anytime you want to help God out, you can always help God with your words, and you can always understand to go away from everybody to go do God's work. And you have to understand straight away that I'm doing God's work as much as I can, and I'm practicing. So what I do now is I'm learning how to go on tour dates. Now, what do I need to understand about tour dates around here? So actually, it's more how I feel. Now first, I need to get myself a DJ deck. And then the DJ deck, I start DJing where? I mean, where do I start DJing? I start DJing here and now. I start DJing here and now. And then I show Jesus Christ to people while I DJ. And I'm learning very quickly about understanding, no matter what I'm doing today, I'm learning very quickly about loving and learning much more. I'm learning about the actual attempts to do greater. So I'm learning how to actually understand something. But since I'm understanding the information, I realize what other information do I need to become popular over here. Actually, it's more how it is. I see Tiger Lily with Lollipop, which is out now in terms of life. So she has it on YouTube. So let's go and click on YouTube. So let's have a look at how that sounds. So anyway, so you're always talking to God. So every single moment of your life, you're talking to God. And it's either you pick God or you pick something else. I mean, choose Jesus Christ in every single moment of your life. Be choosing Jesus Christ. And in the Son of God, you shall always reap rewards, I promise you. And that way you have to learn something around life. See, so guys, you have to have faith in Jesus Christ. And there's plenty of people out there promoting Jesus Christ. I promise you must understand. So it's much more how you have to understand to love your life, yeah? And learn to put your life at risk for Jesus Christ's name. I mean, you understand? I mean, go to the best places with Jesus Christ and stand in front of them, and stand in front of the people and promote Jesus Christ. And be willing to die for Jesus Christ, yeah? Gosh, that's what I'm saying to you. That right now I'm understanding straight away that what I want to answer myself with the questions is, what kind of questions do I have? I mean, how can I market myself better? I mean, what else? I mean, how to do music production better? I mean, how to do everything better? I mean, that's my question. I mean everything. I'm curious about everything. I mean, I'm learning about everything. I'm learning how to go around the world. So how does people like Tiger Lily go around the world? First of all, she has to produce music. And she has to DJ locally, and she has to DJ her own events. And there's no way that she's going right now around Australia with her own money. And now she is with her own money, but she's never promoting everything exactly on her own right now. Ask Jesus Christ, is she promoting everything on her own right now? Or is somebody promoting her? I see Jesus Christ says that somebody's promoting her. Or there's somebody behind her who's promoting her. And that's it. First there's a promoter. And they'll be that way. But you must understand. So if you want to do something to help yourself to succeed, then you have to understand straight away how to grow yourself. First, now ask Jesus Christ, what type of questions do I have to ask now? First, Jesus Christ says, stick to Jesus Christ and he shall prevail you. First, Jesus Christ is the way for everything. First, ask Jesus Christ how to do popularity today. First, Jesus Christ tells me, stick to Jesus Christ and do what Jesus Christ needs. First, that's it. First, it's more how I feel, and it's more how it is. And I feel that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly about life. I feel that no matter what, that as I'm learning, I'm really growing myself. And I'm learning how to invest myself in my time much better. To following Jesus Christ daily. I feel that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly about life. So what I want to do is help myself to understand that in order for me to get popular, I asked Jesus Christ, do I have to get popular in this lifetime? I mean, Jesus Christ says, nah. First, Jesus Christ says, I have to become popular. First, Jesus Christ says, I have to become popular. First, and that's the way it is, because Jesus Christ is popular, yeah? I asked Jesus Christ how. I mean, Jesus Christ says, just follow the word I and just follow Jesus Christ. And that's it. First, you must understand. I mean, Jesus Christ will function you in a better direction and you shall learn how to grow and prosper in Jesus Christ's name. And you'll learn something along the way. I mean, you'll learn that God never hurt anybody. I mean, you understand? I mean, God never did hurt you in life. But you may have hurt yourself. I mean, you understand? So anybody who goes off the road with Jesus Christ and anybody who never follows Jesus Christ, with everything Jesus Christ does, dies straight away. But anything that's never growing is dying, and anything that's never growing is never following Jesus Christ. So if you follow Jesus Christ totally, I'm sure you have eternal life. But if you slip off the wagon somehow, then suddenly you're dying somehow. So never be dying, but follow Jesus Christ. And I ask Jesus Christ what to do now. I mean, Jesus Christ says, that's the thing. I mean, Jesus Christ wants me to ask Jesus Christ every single time what to do. Always, in every situation. I mean, Jesus Christ says, go and notion myself over here to learn some music production. And I'll learn how to do that for myself. So I'm learning how to extend myself to do greater. So I'm learning very quickly about life. So I ask Jesus Christ, does he want me to produce music or does he want me to read music? I mean, Jesus Christ says, go and produce music. I mean, Jesus Christ says for me to produce music or read music. I mean, Jesus Christ motioning to me over here to let it be and go and read or produce. I ask Jesus Christ. I mean, what does Jesus Christ do? I mean, Jesus Christ is a producer of music. I mean, Jesus Christ says, what do you feel like doing? I ask Jesus Christ what to do. I mean, Jesus Christ says he wants to produce music. I produce music then. I mean, go for it. I have to produce music. I mean, does Jesus Christ want me always to produce music, or does he want me to read music theory? I mean, Jesus Christ says, that's the thing. I mean, if you're producing music, then you're reading music theory, aren't you? I say, yeah. But I'm learning something as well that Jesus Christ wants me to also read. I mean, does Jesus Christ want me to read from people about music theory? I mean, Jesus Christ says, yeah, I can read something now. I can learn myself into freedom over here. But what I want to do is, if I produce music now, I feel like actually just going and doing what Jesus Christ wants me to do. But Jesus Christ now wants to read, or does he want to produce? Or Jesus Christ says produce music. So, a little bit that way. I understand straight away now. Let's open up the actual music chapter over here. I have to go and upload everything. I need to go and notion myself to make music, but it's much more how I feel. I feel everything's rushing. I feel, Jesus Christ, I feel everything's rushing. I feel like understanding why do I feel this way. I ask Jesus Christ. I mean, Jesus Christ says you feel stuck. I feel stuck. And Jesus Christ says you feel like dazing off. I feel dazing off, yeah. I mean, Jesus Christ says, why is that? I feel dazing off because I feel like reading. I feel like reading. I feel I'm pressurizing myself too much. I asked Jesus Christ why. I mean, Jesus Christ says, that's the thing. I mean, what kind of pressure do you have right now? I mean, pressure to make music at the moment. I'm learning something. I'm learning in the midst of something. I ask Jesus Christ what to do. I mean, Jesus Christ says, try to function in a way that is actually working out for me to produce music. So, what do I have to do with music production? I ask Jesus Christ. I mean, Jesus Christ says, have faith. I ask Jesus Christ how to make music now. I see Jesus Christ says, open up the software. I have to open up the software. I find out how to make FLP folders. So I make FLP folders. I say FLP over here. I ask Jesus Christ, do I need more theory before I do it? Or Jesus Christ says, just go and do something. I'm learning to just go and do my nice and beautiful life forward. So I'm learning to pitch bend my life over here. So over here, extras. Say extras over here. I'm learning to have myself a great time. So I ask Jesus Christ what to do. I mean, Jesus Christ says, just keep going. I have a checklist over here that I have to perform. I have to sign a checklist. See, application checklist. I did do that form. See now, at Peninsula. I ask Jesus Christ what to do. I mean, Jesus Christ says, just keep going. I mean, I'm just learning, guys. I'm just learning how to have myself a good time. I'm understanding straight away I have to ask Jesus Christ how to move forward. I have to have faith in Jesus Christ. I have to move forward with my life. I just say, I Peninsula, I Peninsula, I Peninsula. I'm learning to grow myself differently. I'm learning to orchestrate myself to just perform. I'm performing in the best shape and direction. So anyway, see GF, I see GF, I see this is just stuff that's just extras. See, I'm gonna go here. It's a new template. See, I'm just doing something around uploading previous content. I have previous content over here. I need to upload online. It's a new folder, and I have to upload new content online into Mega Drive. I Jesus Christ, how to move forward. So Jesus Christ says keep moving forward, but it's more how I feel. A Peninsula. I'm just looking to see exactly what I need to do. I'm learning that nice and beautiful phase of life, so I have something in my Mega Drive I need to do. And it's more how I have the course over here. And course which one? See course, see videos, see how to series, I see course 311. So course 311. So how to grow everybody. So how to grow everybody. And that's my how-to course. See course 2, I see course 311 is my how-to course. See now what I'm doing over here is I'm learning very quickly about life over here. I'm learning how to grow myself differently, and that'll be that way. So what I need to do in terms of courses over here is help myself to love my life over here. I see anyway, so let's start a new basic profile. See anyway, I want to ask Jesus Christ that if I get some more theory into me, I realize Jesus Christ says theory is more enough for me to make music. See now, I ask Jesus Christ, does he want me to make music now, or does he want me to do synonyms and antonyms? See, Jesus Christ says, go do synonyms and antonyms. I mean, Jesus Christ says synonyms and antonyms at the moment. I see Jesus Christ saying synonyms and antonyms. I see transport is bring, I see bring is carry, I see carry is ferry, I see ferry is haul, I see haul is lug, I see lug is pack, I see pack is remove, I see remove is ride, I see ride is ship, I see ship is lake, see ship is take, I see take is back, I see back is bear, I see bear is conduct, I see conduct is convey, I see convey is fetch, I see fetch is heel, I see heel is jag, I see jag is piggyback, I see piggyback is run, I see run is shoulder, I see shoulder is tote, I see tote is truck, I see truck is schlep. I see remove is abolish, I see abolish is clear away, I see clear away is cut out, I see cut out is delete, I see delete is discard. I see discard is discharge, I see discharge is dismiss, I see dismiss is eliminate, I see eliminate is erase, I see erase is evacuate, I see evacuate is expel, I see expel is extract, I see extract is get rid of, I see get rid of is oust, I see oust is pull out, I see pull out is raise, I see raise is separate, I see separate is ship, I see ship is take out, I see take out is transfer, I see transfer is transport, I see transport is withdraw, I see withdraw is abstract, I see abstract is amputate, I see amputate is depose, I see depose is detach, I see detach is dethrone, I see dethrone is dislodge, I see dislodge is displace, I see displace is disturb, I see disturb is doff, I see doff is fs, I see doff is fs, I see fs is eject, I see eject is expunge, I see expunge is junk, I see junk is purge, I see purge is relegate, I see relegate is shed, I see shed is skim, I see skim is unload, I see unload is unseat, I see unseat is uproot, I see uproot is carry away, I see carry away is carry off, I see carry off is cart off, I see cart off is dig out, I see dig out is do away with, I see do away with is rip out, I see rip out is strike out, I see strike out is take down, I see take down is tear out, I see tear out is throw out, I see throw out is wipe out. I see separate is break, I see break is detach, I see detach is disconnect, I see disconnect is divide, I see divide is divorce, I see divorce is sever, I see sever, I see divorce is sever, I see sever is split, I see split is cleave, I see cleave is dichotomize, I see cleave is dichotomize, I see cleave is dichotomize, I see dichotomize is disentangle, I see disentangle is disjoint, I see disjoint is disjoint, I see disjoint is dissect, I see dissect is dissever, I see dissever is distribute, I see distribute is intersect, I see intersect is part, I see part is rupture, I see rupture is sunder, I see sunder is uncouple, I see uncouple is undo, I see undo is break off, I see break off is come apart, I see come apart is come away, I see come away is come between, I see come between is split up, I see split up is uncombine. I see break is burst, I see burst is crack, I see crack is crash, I see crash is crush, I see crush is damage, I see damage is fracture, I see fracture is separate, I see separate is severe, I see separate is sever, I see sever is shatter, I see shatter is smash, I see smash is snap, I see snap is split, I see split is tear, I see tear is annihilate, I see tear is annihilate, I see annihilate is batter, I see batter is bust, I see bust is demolish, I see demolish is disintegrate, I see disintegrate is divide, I see divide is eradicate, I see eradicate is fragment, I see fragment is part, I see part is rend, I see rend is shiver, I see shiver is splinter, I see splinter is torpedo, I see torpedo is total, I see total is trash, I see trash is bust up, I see bust up is finish off, I see finish off is make hash off, I see make hash off is make mincemeat of, I see make mincemeat of is pull to pieces. I see sever is detach, I see detach is disconnect, I see disconnect is separate, I see separate is split, I see split is bisect, I see bisect is carve, I see carve is cleave, I see cleave is cut, I see cut is disjoin, I see disjoin is dissect, I see dissect is dissever, I see dissect is dissever, I see dissever is dissociate, I see dissever is dissociate, I see dissociate is disunite, I see disunite is divide, I see divide is part, I see part is rend, I see rend is rive, I see rive is slice, I see slice is sunder, I see sunder is cut in two. I see split is break, I see break is crack. Ah, Jesus Christ, is everything good now with the police and everything? I see Jesus Christ says that they're trying to reach out, and that they're trying to reach out to me, and they're trying to actually see what's happening over here. I see, is everything safe? I ask Jesus Christ. I see Jesus Christ says, yeah. I see break is crack, I see crack is disband, I see disband is divide, I see divide is isolate, I see isolate is open. I see open, I see open is rip, I see rip is rive, I see rive is separate, I see separate is sever. I see sever is splinter, I see splinter is I see splinter is tear. I see tear is bifurcate. I see bifurcate is branch, I see branch is burst, I see burst is cleave, I see cleave is dichotomize, I see dichotomize is disjoin, I see disjoin is dissever. I see dissever is disunite, I see disunite is diverge. I see diverge is divorce, I see divorce is fork, I see fork is gap. I see gap is hack, I see hack is part, I see part is rend, I see rend is slash. I see slash is slit, I see slit is snap, I see snap is sunder, I see sunder is whack. I see whack is come apart, I see come apart is come undone. I see come undone is give away, I see give away is go separate ways. I see go separate ways is part company. I see part company is pull asunder. I see disband is demobilize. So demobilize is destroy. I see destroy is disperse. I see disperse is dissolve. I see dissolve is fold. I see fold is scatter. I see scatter is separate. I see separate is thin out. I see demobilize is disarm. I see disarm is disband. I see disband is withdraw. I see withdraw is disperse. I see disperse is retire. I see retire is depart. I see depart is go. I see go is pull out. I see pull out is relinquish. I see relinquish is remove. I see remove is retreat. I see retreat is separate. I see separate is surrender. I see separate is surrender. I see surrender. I see surrender is withdraw. I see withdraw is decamp. I see decamp is ebb. I see ebb is exit. I see exit is part. I see part is recede. I see recede is regress. I see regress is repeal. I see repeal is resigned. I see resigned is resign. I see resign is revoke. I see revoke is resuscitate. I see rusticate. I see revoke is rusticate. I see rusticate is seed. I see seed. I see secede is yield. I see yield is absent one self. I see absent oneself is deny oneself. I see deny oneself is draw back. I see draw back is fall back. I see fall back is get away. I see get away is get off. I see get off is give ground. I see give ground is give up work. I see give up work is give way. I see give way is go away. I see go away is go to bed. I see go to bed is go to one's room. I see go to one's room is go to sleep. I see go to sleep is hand over. I see hand over is hit the sack. I see hit the sack is leave service. I see leave service is make vacant. I see make vacant is pull back. I see pull back is run along. I see run along is seclude oneself. I see seclude oneself is sever connections. I see sever connections is stop working. I see stop working is take off. I see take off is turn in. I see, so anyway, just growing myself over here. I asked Jesus Christ what to do now. I mean, Jesus Christ says, let it be that way. Apparently now it's time for music, says Jesus Christ. See, it's just so much more how I have to feel myself over here to grow myself. I feel I'm being pulling back. I ask Jesus Christ why. I mean, Jesus Christ says, why do you pull back on your music career? I mean, that's the thing. I'm never pulling back. I'm just feeling to read. I'm feeling to read music production. But doing is reading, isn't it? But Jesus Christ says, if you want to read, then read. I see Jesus Christ, although I understand he just goes and produces music. I feel that no matter what, that I can do both, huh? I can do both. I can read a bit of music and then do it. Jesus Christ. I can say Jesus Christ says go. I can say go and do it. I say go and read for a bit. I say do. I see Jesus Christ says do. first. So do, and go enjoy about doing a bit. I mean, just go and do a little bit of music production, just to get a sense of it for a bit. And do a little bit of music production here and there. I mean, nothing's going to bother you for that. And they'll be that way. Do a little bit of music production with your speaker. There's a portable speaker. I'll turn on my portable speaker for a bit. I'll learn how to do a bit of my music production, so I'll do better. See guys, if you want to talk to somebody, then talk to God 24/7, because you can always talk to God. So talk to Jesus Christ always, and that way you're always doing better. See guys, so miscs are something to do with the nice and beautiful tones that actually go up into a pitch bend. So I'll show you. It's like a pitch bend, but they're just sounds. But also leads are something that just play one tone and one sound in terms of one melody chord, so you understand, to just go and do life much better. See guys, save your files before you do anything with the grand piano of the Raspberry grand piano, because otherwise if your music is playing in the background while you're changing presets with the grand Raspberry piano, then it may bounce you out of the project, and it may have to help you to understand that you realize that then the whole sequence of what you've done has to go all over again in your piece. So make sure you understand straight away that you save your projects before you do preset changes with the grand Raspberry piano, to make sure that you can move forward. Otherwise the grand Raspberry piano can shut off your whole computer. I asked Jesus Christ what to do from this point on. I said Jesus Christ says just keep going and keep making music. I feel that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about how to actually do my life much greater. But Jesus Christ is showing me a way to make similar music to my 1 hour music track. And now with what I have over here, in terms of a music track over here, I'm understanding I have so few elements that I can just keep going for 1 hour. I can make different sounds for 1 hour long, and then as I go and make all these different sounds, I put it into a 9-minute mix, and it can be together as one track. And that's how I make music. I keep making sounds, I keep reverting sounds, I keep making new sounds with new sounds, and I keep penetrating that nice and beautiful vibe, and I keep it going. And that's it. Actually, that's the excellent art of execution, while also running in and out sounds. And while my sounds are going in and out of the sequence, I'm learning that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about how to actually do my music tracks now. And I'm actually understanding straight away how I'm learning that my music tracks are very different toward how other people make it, and how I make it is very different. But from now on, it's going to be interesting in terms of what I do. And that's it. For actually now, I'm understanding straight away that it sounds excellent. I see this over here. Let's have a look. I can listen to that forever. See, it's much more how I feel. So it's much more how I feel that no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning very quickly about the art of making music, and I'm making music differently, and I'm making sure that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly upon my life over here, to understand that music goes all ways, and all ways of thinking, and I'm understanding straight away it's much more how it is. And you have to understand straight away how to use technology to your advantage. And just make what you can make, but make it sound good, and that's it. First, that's all you have to do. And learn to appreciate yourself for the music that you make. And that's it. First, if you understand straight away how you want to start, is how you go and start it, and make sure that no matter what, that you're learning much more quicker. And I'll learn some few things over here in terms of my music production, where I've learned some stuff around synths, I've learned something around life over here. And what I need to do is just keep pushing on to learn something new about my music production, and understand straight away that it's a musical art of acquaintance, for 1 hour music together. And I understand straight away that I want it to be 1 hour piece of music where it's all the same melody, and I want it to just flow differently throughout the whole track. So I'm understanding straight away I want to make one long piece of music that's coming back to the same sounds. It's coming back to the same sounds but with different orchestration. And that's how I want to actually do my music production differently, and through nice and beautiful ways of thinking like this. And I'm understanding how to do it. So I'm understanding that I go all ways and I maneuver my way to never ever cheat. I never want to cheat. I never want to copy and paste 4 times the time. And now, actually, I do want to do that. I do want to copy and paste 4 times the way. But the thing is that I understand something, that it's a very slow progress for that one. So what I want to do is I want to keep changing it to be much quicker than that. I want to make sure that I'm never ever copy and pasting anything into 1 hour segments of my music, but I'll just keep it going. I keep it going the whole way through. And I'm learning to use different aspects of different automations for different scenarios. So what I do is, once I first do the automations, I first make sure to do the arrangements, and then I do the automations. And then I make sure that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly about how to actually do it on the way. I do everything on the way, and I make sure that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about how to make music work for me. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning very quickly about the art of persuasion and the art of differences. And I'm learning very quickly how I want to help myself to understand, to lift myself, and I'm lifting myself in different ways. And I keep going for myself to include myself in a better direction. I'm learning very quickly. I'm learning how to help myself to get the sounds I need, so I have a greater time, so I have better emphasis. But since I do have a new synth, and since I do have new technology, I feel much more better sounds. I feel much more that I can do because I gave more money into it. Since I'm making music now, I'm making sure that now I just want to sit down and just relax and just be able to go and make a progression, and then start with the progression and move on to something different very quickly. And that's how I really understand that I want to make a masterpiece of music that's electronic, that's melody music all the way through, that's somehow in relation to the music track of music composition, just the way I said it. And just the way I said it, but I understand the Twinkle Little Star is much more of a mix that's actually much more on point with everything. But what's lacking in this term, in terms of what I'm doing now? Commercial lyrics, and what else? Commercial lyrics, and that's it. Commercial now, lyrics and vocals. And the melody line, I have the melody line. Commercial, although if I make it much more appropriate, I'm understanding straight away how I grow myself differently. And I'm making melody music, but I'm making it more techno-ish, melody-like music with different scenarios, and I just go with it. I make sure that no matter what, that I'm learning how there's no rules in music, and make sure that I can create something for myself. So first I go and create what I can. I'm understanding that no matter what, that since I'm going in a different direction, I can see it. I'm understanding that it's maybe never going to be exactly like Twinkle Little Star, but I've already done Twinkle Little Star. I've already done that kind of composition. But let's go try something new. Let's go try something of a new composition. Because there's no one way to make music. Actually, there is many ways to make music. You understand? Actually, there are many ways, and there are more than one ways to make music. But there is just one way to make music ultimately, and it's to start it's just to start making music right now. I promise you, although I'm learning very quickly about learning that I've already done Twinkle Little Star, I've already done that attitude, I've already done that persuasion. Actually, let's start something new and let's progress into some techno-like music that I actually like techno music with melodies. And I'm feeling Jesus Christ understands me. I'm understanding how I can use also Blu-Tack to Blu-Tack a photograph of Jesus Christ into a portrait so that it never falls. I'm learning also that I've learned how to make music. So I'm making sure that no matter what, that I just sit and make music all night long so I can do greater. I understand now is the time to do that. I see for myself over here, I want to be able to work with vocals only when I actually do my music mixes. And I never want to just do instrumental, I want to do vocal mixes. But I just do both. I do both. But I'm understanding that vocal mixes come out live much more. And the more you do a vocal mix, the better. I'm understanding to just stick to vocal mixes from now on and give money to have vocals in my music. And that way I'm learning that the more vocals I press into vocals, the better. Because I understand because I make it work. And now what I'm understanding straight away, I gave some of my time to people over here to help them listen to my track. I understand I asked Jesus Christ what to do. I see Jesus Christ says, let it be, and move on. I understand straight away I need to create something new. And I just realized something that I want to just help myself to grow myself differently. And I feel I need to sleep very soon. And I'll let it be that way. I'm learning very quickly how I need to go and grow myself differently. So I'm open to helping myself to grow. And I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how to actually grow myself in the midst of everything. And I'm learning how to actually deliver content differently. So as I go and really help myself to grow myself differently, I'm learning very quickly about life. So I want to be helping myself to vibrate. I'm vibrating much better because my music track over here is going in the rhythm, and I'm using sounds that actually work out with the actual vocals and whatever's happening. And I'm learning very quickly how I put it all together, and it does work out for me to understand straight away that I'm the only one that's ever done that kind of mix. So I'm very proud of myself for doing I Am Balkan by Danny Milivojevic. I see anyway, so it's much more how I feel. And I'm learning very quickly about life, that no matter what I'm doing, that I'm learning how to grow myself in the midst of everything. And I'm learning how to understand to invest money in doing a greater job for myself. So as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for better ways to improve. I'm looking for myself to help explain much more of a greater attitude that I have toward myself and other people, because I'm showing them at least something. I'm showing them something new about life. They're showing me nothing for the past year. They're showing me nothing about their business and nothing about their life. They go into nothing. I understand that. They have no YouTube channels either. They understand. They never understand what they're doing. I understand. Although I'm learning different aspects of life differently. I'm helping myself to improve. I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how to help myself grow myself in the process of everything. I'm delivering content. And I'm helping myself to prosper, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm uploading my 2021 album now online, so I can do greater. And just let it be. I'll let it be for today. I'm understanding I just keep going. I say Danny Milivojevic, I am Balkan. original mix. I'm understanding that it's much more how it is, and I'm doing it all for free. So I'm learning how I'm giving free time to people. I'm giving my free time, but I'm doing it in better places. I'm doing it with better people. And I'm learning from the situation. I'm learning how I need to go and create something for myself to improve. So as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for better ways of dealing with my life. I'm helping myself to create a 2021 album over here. So 2021. So I want to see straight away what's happening over here. So music tracks 2021 album. So over here I say music tracks 2021 album. And I put public. Put it all in a public eye. And I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm doing scenarios to help myself to grow. I'm finding myself much greater throughout life. And once it goes on YouTube, people can always see it. And people can understand me much greater. So it's much more how it is. And I'm learning something for nothing. And I'm learning how to actually grow myself differently, and that's how I feel. I feel I'm outpacing myself. So for myself over here, I understand something that now I need to go and grow myself differently, and I'm learning to grow myself differently. I'm learning to have special effects with new sounds and new vocals. But if it's just a instrumental piece of music, then I need to be much more inspirational about it. I need to understand straight away to grow myself differently, and I'm learning that nice and beautiful phase of life, that it's something new that I add to the table, because I feel that other people have much more inspiration about me in terms of what I've done with I Am Balkan. And it's just luck of the draw, honestly, luck of the draw. I mean, I picked the synth, I picked the vocal, I put it together. I'm the one who orchestrated it. I understand that. I understand anyway. I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how to process emotion. And now what I want to do is I have to create myself a 1 hour piece of music track. But no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about how to do that for myself. And I'm learning how to actually grow myself differently. But it's much more how it is. And what I need to do is add more elements to the vocal track. And I want to play around with it for about 1 hour and more. I want to make sure I can play something in regards to sounds. And it's much more how it is, and it works out. And I'm focusing on helping myself understand that in the mix over here, I promise you, in that Balkan mix, I've learned something for nothing. I've learned for free how to actually put a vocal in and mix it with sounds over a rhythm, and that's it. I promise you, it goes right away. I promise you, it's all vocal cuts, and it happens just quickly. And I rack up all these nice and beautiful vocal tracks very quickly, just by giving some money here and there. And I invest the money, and the money is never gone into money. Partially money went into, the money I put into place goes into software, or goes into you. Partially I put money back into you. So I'm putting money so that you can understand how to grow yourself. And that's it. Or should I invest my money on places like music where you can hear my music. So I put all my money there in my music because I want to inspire people, of course. And I put money back into myself to look good, so I can put myself in an image in front of you. I understand my YouTube channel is going to be full of my photos and stuff like that, so I put my money back into my health. I put money back into my health to have the best food and to clothe myself in the best way, to have a fashion shoot and to have a fashion photo shoot for myself, and back into my music and back into my life coaching videos too, and back into sound equipment and sound design and sound lighting and sound and lighting effects. And it's all over time happening, and the more money you can put into that, the better. And that's how it is. But live like you're broke, and then you'll find out how to be free. Those people who never live like you are broke, people who never live like they are broke, are people who never understand life. You must understand how to live like you're broke. But you're never broke. You just live like you're broke. People have to live like they are broke. I'm never broke, and you're never broke. I understand, although, that what's important is focusing on helping yourself grow. So I'm understanding straight away how I'm learning very quickly about life. And I'm learning how to enjoy myself in the process. So as I enjoy myself in the process of life, I'm learning how to find exemption in the way I feel and the way I produce music. So I'm understanding straight away that no matter what, that Jesus Christ told me today, hey, go and make a music track. I went and made a music track. But I made it quickly. I made it really quickly. And it's much more how I feel. It's a nice, beautiful sound design already. The way it is. There's a bit of percussion here and there, and a bit of kicks here and there toward the music. And it's excellent the way it is. Everybody makes music differently. For sure, I want to go 1 hour with this music track. I want to figure out a better ideal. And shall I play it and repeat the music track all over again and all the way with the same sound? Guess what? Why not? Why not? Keep it going all the way. Ask Jesus Christ, does he do that? I mean, does he keep the vocal going all the way? I see Jesus Christ says, yeah. I mean, keep the vocal going all the way and just change up the sounds. And that's it. Actually, that's the vocal track, and that's a nice and beautiful mix. So no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life. So I'm understanding straight away that no matter what, I have to have a shower too. I have to do a great job for myself, personally. I see how nice almonds are, in terms of almonds, are very nice to eat. I'm learning how to grow myself differently, so now I need to grow myself, to help myself to grow. And I'm learning how to focus on a great attempt to find myself much more worthy. I'm learning very quickly about life, so I'm helping myself. So that's my music guy. I am Balkan. So it does work out for me. So anyway, so it's much more how I feel. I feel very different. I feel alive. I feel much more like a blessing in my life. And I'm learning how to help myself to deliver information. So I'm not saying that music track's going to always be on YouTube. And now what I want to do is I want to put money back into my video designs. And back into video designs, I want to put money back into video designs. And that money goes to video designs and it goes into YouTube. So I'm putting money into internet to help you guys have better video quality design footage of myself and my business, just like they're doing it. And I understand straight away that what I want to do is eventually go into Fiverr, and I have to go into Fiverr eventually And I have to ask people, in terms of video designers, to do something for me in terms of video design. And now, how do I get those video designs? I asked Jesus Christ. I see Jesus Christ says, first of all, you can go and get yourself a camera hire, like a videographer, and he can tape you and record you during your music set or during your live coaching event. And then the videographer does all the jobs, or should they do all the jobs over here and just put sound effects, and they ask you what do you want in it and what do I want in my video designs and all this. I just want different effects. I want something spinning, I want something rotating, I want something moving, I want something that goes by the words that I give, and I want a galaxy, I want stuff happening, I want something to promote my life coaching degree. So when people are recording me, I want people to record me from different angles, and I want people to put motivational content in there, like videos and footage of me. So videographer does all that. So I have to learn how to do that myself. So I'm understanding that. I'm understanding, guys, that I'm just helping myself to understand something. That my money goes back into the best places. But since I'm investing my money much greater now, I'm understanding that no matter what, I have to put money into music. I have to put my money into music. And that's it. I have to put my money into music. Otherwise, it's just going to be in the bank. So what I need to do is put all the money I can right now into my music career. And I have to put just that. I just go my music career, basically. And life coaching is something different. So I understand for the next, let's say, 71 years, I promise you I have $1 million. I have $1 million. And now if I put $1 million back into music production, I promise you I'm bound to succeed. I'm bound to succeed very quickly. But what kind of aspects do I produce music with, in terms of what kind of aspects do I put that money in? I put that money into software, put that money into sound and lighting equipment, I put that money into promoting myself around events, I put that money into internet, I put that money into video designs and vocals. I promise you now, that's maybe $100,000. I mean, understand? I mean, $100,000 back into my music career. And I'll let it be that way. I'll move on. I mean, at least I'm moving forward, and at least I'm showing myself and showcasing a greater way for myself to go. And I'm moving forward with it. But it's working out for me. And I put everything into my album. I make an album, CD. I send to print copies. I promise you now, printing copies. I promise you no. I promise you not. I promise you I'll put it on YouTube, and I'll let it be that way. I promise you just put it on YouTube. I promise you on YouTube it's more than enough. I ask Jesus Christ where I can put my music on. I promise you Jesus Christ says Spotify. I'm going to put it on Spotify. I'm going to put all my albums on Spotify. I promise you that's all different. I should buy a label. I understand straight away how I'm growing myself anyway. I'm learning to grow myself differently, and I'm understanding that I have some trance music. And I have some nice and beautiful trance music tracks. But nothing like this I'm Balkan track. I'm Balkan is definitely through the roof in terms of vocal. And it's a vocal track too. So it's my best trance music track I've ever made so far. And I'll let it be that way. I am Balkan. I focus on helping myself to understand. It's very simple, and now I learned something from the track. I learned how to put a vocal in a mix of a trance music track. I learned also how to balance the track to make it rhythm and to also make it in a nice and beautiful fashion. I learned also sound design and equipment in it. I learned to never rush my project. I learned also to make sure to export the first little small track and then build the bigger track. I understand for myself, at least right now, I understand that I'm at most doing much more than yesterday, and I want to be able to go and work on my little bar music now, and I want to just go and do that so I can download and upload those 2 files. And I want to go into my Music Works over here, which is my 2020 album. I hit the jackpot. I have the Nice and Beautiful Way of Life over here. So I'm looking to see straight away what I'm doing over here. So let's have a look. I have the stem files. I have the stem files. So I have to work with stems. I have instrumental stems. I have vocal track stems. So I have to download the vocal track stems. And I'm just going to do that for myself. And download as a zip file. So what I'm doing is downloading my little bar music track, because there's no rules to it, but it's much better that I just go and really I encourage myself to see that over the top vocals is something I can do, but it's much more how I feel. I feel it's much more better when it's just a single vocal in the music track alone, and a little bit that way for this one. Unless something happens and unable to change it, actually then I just let it be. Actually, it's much more how I feel. I want to grow myself, so as I grow myself I need to help myself to explore much more. So I have ICU, I have iPeninsula, I have I Am Balkan, I have Utopia Reborn, and I have also Euphoria. I have 5 electronic music tracks that I made. That is trance music, but it's just getting there, and I'm just getting there. But the first one is the vocal track, which is my trance music vocal track, which is Balkan. I Am Balkan. It's a totally different music track. And I have also I Die Shall Never Kill. And I have my other trance music tracks as well. So that's all going up into my 2021 album. And that way I'm learning very quickly. I can just do that for myself. I'm doing far better than I thought. I'm doing far better. I'm doing way better. But I'm not saying now, I'm not saying how to work my tracks and how to study upon helping myself to grow and helping myself to do greater for myself. And I made some music and I have some elements to my music, and a little bit that way. And it's more how I feel, that no matter what, I'm looking at different aspects of life. And once I upload it to YouTube and Brushy, then it's done. Brushy, I asked Jesus Christ, where else can I upload it? Brushy, I can upload it to Spotify and SoundCloud or YouTube, but where else can I do it? I asked Jesus Christ. I see Jesus Christ says Mega Drive, and where else? Brushy, Jesus Christ says that's it. I see Jesus Christ wants me to upload just on YouTube and Mega Drive at the moment. I see Jesus Christ says eventually just go on Spotify and upload it on Spotify, and that way it's more like I'm somebody, and that way I'm learning how quickly I can do that and just do it. I just do it because that's investing back into my business, and that's making my life easier and my life much better, to invest my money where my mouth is. I see now it's much more how I feel, that no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning very quickly about understanding something. That no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about how I invest my money, and I have to invest it back into my business. And what money I have, it has to go back into my business. And I understand I was throwing that money away into poker, I was throwing that money into drugs, I was throwing that money into my dad, I was throwing that money into petrol and car fumes. I was throwing that money back into car service and insurance for the car. Actually now, I understand where I've been throwing my money now in terms of travel. I've been throwing my money back into travel before. And now I'm understanding why that is. I'm understanding how I went around Australia throwing all that money into transport and into traveling. And how much money did I throw into traveling? I can say about $10,000. With all the transport, approximately 1 year, I gave around $10,000 just for transport and travel expenses. And it was never expenses, but it was for me to get around the world. And I understand accommodation. When I realized we went into accommodation, food and drinks, and transport and flights. And yeah, I see now how I went around investing money into travel over music. But then I suddenly fell into the groove, and in Perth, I went and I started to upload, and I started to do greater, and I'm always doing greater, and I'm always uploading much greater. But I went and I did have myself a nice and beautiful time with Leo Bass track, where I gave $1,300 of my money to have that music track. I mean, I have to do it. I have to do it much greater. But that went back into my education. I'm pretty sure that went into my education. And I can make those kind of tracks now. I can make those music tracks now. I'm pretty sure it's worth it. I'm pretty sure it's much more how it is. Worth it. And I'm learning how I'm doing greater for myself, but I want to make it worth it, and I want to just put it on YouTube. And I just put it on YouTube, and I just let it be forever. And that way I'm enticing people. I'm doing greater. But that's how it is, and that's how I feel. And no matter what I'm doing, the MP3 is more enough for it to be on YouTube forever. And a little bit that way, and people can do whatever they want with it, but they can have a listen. And first they can have one listen, and they can enjoy and relax. And that's how it is. But my 2020 album, in terms of 2021 album, is something different, and I have to rework iClick. See, iClick is something different, where I have to show myself to do a greater job with iClick. I need to rework it. I need to rework on the iClick album EP, and that way I upload that one too into online, and I'm understanding straight away how I feel. Now I have some hits. I have some hit music, and other music are done. But I promise you now, any of my hits are the vocal music. That's a full vocal music track is my hit. I promise you, those are my hits. But also, my 1 hour music tracks are my hits as well. And those are vocal tracks too. I promise you now, I'm understanding something. I'm building up tempo. I'm bringing up tempo. I'm bringing up some tempo because my instrumental tracks are getting there too. I'm understanding it's very important because I'm having a great backup over here of instrumental music to back up everything I'm doing, and I have a nice and beautiful time with myself doing that. And I'm looking at different aspects of life differently. I'm understanding it's time to just relax, and I have time to upload all my music tracks online. So it's much more how it is, and I feel that no matter what, the people can see that I'm slowly starting to do much more music, and I'm doing much better music now than I was before, and I'm letting it be. I'm learning how to enjoy myself. I'm learning to do much greater. I feel that no matter what, if I speak to anybody online, honestly, it's more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, I sent them Inspiration. I promise you Jesus Christ sends you inspiration too today with the Bible. So he says, send people inspiration. And never mind. Go with Jesus Christ and everything. And learn to associate yourself with people. And learn to have a great architecture of life with people. The thing is, understand straight away how it is going the opposite angle, where Jesus Christ never did go, where it's much more silent for you, and it's much more the lone way, and it's much more being alone. And now Jesus Christ wants you to go that way too. Jesus Christ wants you to go alone throughout life, where you never have to associate with people except yourself. Jesus Christ wants you to go that way because that's the safest way. It's the safest option. Always. So I'm understanding something. I'm understanding that no matter what, I'm uploading my music tracks, I'm uploading everything online today. And I'm learning to put my money into my business and my videos and stuff like that. So I can help myself to grow. And so I can do greater. So it's much more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life. And I'm learning how to understand straight away that the music you hear for my track album Iron Balkan is because I chose synths and I put money into it. I put money into it so it sounds good. What kind of synths did I put into it? I have to see this. I put some synths into it. So let's have a look at what kind of synths I put into it. I put over here on Nexus, which is $300 already, plus another $30 for the vocal, which is $330 already per music track that I can make. I put Silent, which is another $550. I put Silent. I have Massive, which is another $300, which is $860. See, $860 plus FL Studio, which is another $800, so $1,600. I promise you, for each track I make, in that track that I gave you is $25,000. I promise you, each and every single music track I make from this point on is around $25,000 or more. I promise you that in this track alone, I promise you it's much more how it is. I promise you. It's all together. It's all together. I promise you my music career is all together. In terms of how much money I put into it. You understand? But I'm getting better. And the more money I put into it, the more I reap rewards. Because I find a way to have a melody or to do something greater for myself. And I have to get my DJ deck now. I see my DJ deck is coming up now. And it's coming up soon. And I feel, no matter what day, it's much more how it is. I feel my life coaching career is nice and beautiful. I see that's all done. I see my life coaching career, I promise you, as far as my life coaching career goes, I promise you all my life, I have internet. I put money into my internet to have life coaching videos, no worries. I promise you that's it. I promise you that's my life coaching. I promise you music is something different. I promise you music requires a bit more money to put into. And I have to put more money into my music production than my life coaching. I promise you, although it's just the way it is. I promise you, although my portable speaker as well is something I gave money for. I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how to help myself to dwell upon life much greater. So I'm helping myself to do much greater for my life. I'm helping myself to see much greater about life and how I invest my money. So my money is going into better places. And those people who have no money are the broke ones. But I'm getting my money from the government, and the government's giving me money, and I'm pouring it back into music production now as much as possible. See, now over the next 4 months, more money is going into my music production. That's it. I'm understanding exactly where my money goes. My money goes into music production. But then again, I understand life coaching videos is something different, where I invest some money here and there to go to these places to do life coaching videos such as busking videos. It's something different. And that's my other business as well. And that's where I invest money, like transport money and accommodation money at the Goose Post Hotel, to make sure that I can do my life coaching videos, to promote myself and stuff like that. And then other money is marketing my material, marketing myself is my other money. But what's that money there, which is marketing? Actually, that's just self-awareness and making people aware of me, which is popularity. And yeah, unfortunately now that's something different. But right now, unfortunately, I have music, I have marketing, I have life coaching. Unfortunately, I need to put more money into my music career right now. So I need to get a DJ deck, and then what? Unfortunately, from that point, I'll let it be, and then I just make vocal tracks. From that point on. And make as many vocal tracks as I can. And then I need to go and do events around town. And now the more money I put into my events to do DJing in front of people, the more that's like a marketing promotion too. Promotion, that's it. Promotion, that's how I feel. And that's coming up. But there's a time to go with that. Or there's the next 10 years to get to that point. But I'm growing my business forward. I'm looking to grow as a human. I'm looking to help myself to grow. And I'm looking to understand straight away, and I'm learning very quickly about business and how business is conducted in life. Actually, it's very easy to have a business. But business is build it up from scratch one into scratch millions and millions and more. I mean, you start at ground zero and you build your way up. I mean, that's how it is. But the more money you put back into yourself, the more you fly the world. Danny Milivojevic. The more you put money into yourself, the better. For I promise you now, travel is something different. There's travel, there's music, there is life coaching, and there is marketing. And these are the boxes. And what do you want to increase in your life right now? For myself, it's music. For the moment, for the next 4 months. For the next 4 months, music, especially. Because travel is never there for me at the moment. And just let it be that way. And I'm learning something anyway. I'm learning how I'm doing great. So put 4 months, I say money into music. I see 4 months of handouts from the government goes into music. And now in your time, I promise you, you guys may have to be working the 9 to 5, but you also have to understand that's how it goes. I promise you guys have more money than me. I promise you guys that work a 9 to 5 job have more money than me to go and do all that you need to do. But I have more time. I have more time than you. I promise you guys have more money, I have more time. And I'd rather have more time than money in life. I mean, you're saying? So I have to promote myself differently, and I have to help myself to understand that if I want to go around the world traveling to be a superstar, I have to put more money into myself, and eventually I can go around the world. Actually, that's how it is. The more worth you have, the more you throw back into yourself, and the more self-worth you have. I promise you. It's more how it is. It's much more how it is. Now, for myself at least, I'm learning very quickly about how I need to dive into it. Very quickly. And I have to dive into it in a way that I never go broke. And that's the thing. I never want to go broke either. So life coaching has to go on the side a bit so that our music production can go forward. And there is time for everything. And then travel. Travel is on my mum. And now when I'm with my mum, now that's the thing. With my mum, for a certain period of time, I'm just going to be producing electronic music and instrumental music with her while doing my life coaching videos and stuff like that, and my life coaching content. And aspects of life is changing and changing and changing, while also changing into audio programs for the go, and a little bit that way, and it works out for me. And then somehow I have to start working on a 9-to-5 job to produce music much better. And that's it. Then I go and tackle everything, and I have a girlfriend and a family. And now that's another one. That's another one where money goes. Money goes into family, and there's travel, and there's music, and there's life coaching, and there's marketing promotions. And there's clothing and accommodation. And food and drinks. And technology. And transport. They're saying? Listen to me now. Transport and travel are together. They're saying? So, it's more how you feel. You have to see how you need to go. And everybody's different. Everybody's promoting themselves differently. But people are putting money into advertisements. And now I see how my marketing compass is working. And I'm understanding straight away how people are going around promoting themselves. And it does work out. They put Sky Towers of their names on Sky Towers in terms of Sky promotions. And that, they get money for that. So they get money to have a Sky promotion. They get money to be on the bus advertisements. Just like that. That's what it is. But that's business. That's a big business. Although I understand straight away how I feel. And now what I've done with my promotions is excellent in terms of the way I've done my 29th birthday. It's excellent. But the thing is, I have to do it for free. I have to give business card promotions all the way through. And that's the first thing. And now, how much do I want to give money in that? Now, I understand this over here. I understand that it's more how it is. That's the way you have to go. Paid promotions to have my name in advertisement so that nobody can watch me. So, guess what? Paid promotions for myself, I have to do it. I have to do my business cards at least. I just do business card promotions with myself. I do business card paid promotions with myself, and I'll never be. That's as far as I go in terms of life coaching. Now, guess what? That's as far as I go with life coaching. Why is that? Because people out there never care about me. They're saying, but guess what? I asked Jesus Christ what to do. Jesus Christ says, just keep going. They never care about me, really. Now, they care about me and they never care about me. But the thing is that for myself at least, I'm understanding how money just flies around. Understand? And what I need to do is help myself to see that people are really promoting themselves, really. And they have money to promote themselves. And they're putting them advertisements on TV. And they're putting themselves on TV. And they're putting themselves on billboards and banners and stuff like that. And it does work. It does work. But for me, I understand straight away, 8,000 people. I may get 1 or 2 followers. Although I understand straight away, it's just how it is. That's my business. That's like throwing everything into my business. But I ask myself over here to do much better than that, and to save that money to put into music instead. And now once I put into music production, now, then again, and yet again, I have to put it into advertising my name again. But this time, it's much better for me, because I at least have music production to go as well. But then again, I realize what happens is then I'd rather just keep going, and then I'd rather just put into family. I'd rather put that money into family. So what I do is, instead of marketing myself with a lot of business cards, I have business cards. I just do business cards promotions. But then, do I reach for banners? I say, yeah, I have to. I have to put banner promotions of my name. I have to do bus promotions of my name. But guess what, Promotion, it's much more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, that it's much more how I have to expand my money. I ask Jesus Christ what He does. Jesus Christ says everything. Jesus Christ says everything. But the freeway is the best way. The freeway is the best way. So if you go the freeway and advertise yourself for free, you'll always be a thumbs up. You have the most money. And it does work out. I promise you. And you have to advertise yourself for the freeway. So what do? I promise you, just make sure you're understanding this. That you need Sky promotion as well. And you need to understand straight away that you need to go and develop yourself to do greater as a human being. So your business has to thrive forward, and you need to throw money back into yourself to promote your name. You have to promote your name, because otherwise, if you never promote your name, nobody knows you. So what do? You have to market yourself. Now money has to go back into marketing yourself. Grant Cardone puts $1 million a month in marketing promotions, just of his name. He puts $1 million a month in just marketing himself. Understand? And he makes $334 million per year. And he puts $1 million in marketing. Understand? So every single day you must understand that you have to grow yourself differently. And life goes different. But life is like that. And you have to advertise yourself in a way that you're enjoying yourself, of course. But you have to work for the money and then advertise your business. You have to work for the money and then advertise your business. So, for you guys out there who are 9-to-5ers, you have more money to advertise yourself with less time. I, who never have to work a 9-to-5 job for now, I have more time with more money at the moment, because I'm getting Centrelink money at the moment with the government allowance. So I'm lucky, but it's just the way it is at the moment these days. And there are 10 million Australians doing the same thing. But the thing is, I'm never putting my money into mortgage. I'm never putting my money into meat. I'm never putting my money into drugs. Understand? I'm focusing on putting that money back into my business on YouTube. I'm putting my money into my YouTube account. And I'm learning how to make these videos. I'm doing my best. I'm doing the best I can. But no matter what, I realize that they have no time to watch me. So what do I do here? I ask Jesus Christ. I see Jesus Christ says, that's the thing. Which they have no time to watch me, and I'm doing it for free. So I gave 7,000 business cards, and they have no time to watch me. Which is a waste of money. Which they're aware of me. Which they're all aware of me. But is it a waste of my time? Promise you, guess what? Promise you over 20 years, or they'll be aware of you over 20 years. So somewhere down the line, you help somebody, and you put money to help them. You put money to help them, yeah? Promise that's it. Promise you're putting money to help them. But make sure you never go broke. And now put that money into family as well. And now you have to have more than enough money to solidify yourself, to do greater. And you have to diversify. I mean, you have to diversify your money. And you have to put different diversification into different ways. But you never put all your money in one basket. I promise you now, if you put everything in one basket, then you have to put one in many baskets. That is all one basket. But everything is one basket. So put everything into one basket, but you're putting money into one basket, that is family. And you're putting money into one basket, that is travel. And you're putting those are your money, that is in one basket, that is clothing and branding yourself. So I'm seeing how business grows. I'm seeing how my business is growing differently. So I'm not saying straight away that no matter what, I'm learning how business is working for me. But I'm seeing how business is actually growing for me too. And I'm growing my business, fortunately. And I'm understanding straight away how I need to go and do a life coaching video as well. I need to go and do life coaching videos to help myself to grow. So I need to go and help myself to do that now.